exercise. In attendance today are a few graduates of fall 2020 and graduates for spring and summer 2021. Everyone, please join me in welcoming the graduates of the Mansfield University class of 2020 and 2021. According to recent CDC guidelines, if you are fully vaccinated, guess what? You don't have to wear a mask. Will the audience please stand for the singing of our national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Congratulations, graduate. You've been waiting for this a long time. Please join me in prayer. Dear God, quiet our minds, still our hearts. We pray that each one here today will seek your living ways, for it is through you these graduates will find strength to live their lives and inspiration for their spirits. And you, God, are living waters that flow endless grace. Dear God, may this graduation day be a celebration of your life within the graduates. We thank you for the learning, the skills, and the hard work of these years. May they hold this memory in their hearts as they continue on their adventure. God, may they live lives that reveal your hope and be guided in everything they do by your everlasting truth. Amen.
The platform party can be seated. Sorry, I was muted. Good morning. It's a glorious day today, huh? I'm Dr. Jonathan Rothmel. I'm the president of the University Senate and associate professor of political science. The coronavirus has taken a great toll on our country, and while it is easy to dwell on the negative impact on the pandemic, I like to look on the bright side of things. I would like to share 3 observations about attending college during the pandemic. First, many of you were able to attend classes from the comfort of your own bedroom. In fact, some of you did not even bother getting out of bed while you Zoomed into class. And believe me, us professors have seen some very unusual places that students have Zoomed from. Second, for some, the pandemic has forced us to spend time with our family. We were able to cherish some extra moments together that we may not have been afforded during normal times. In addition, the pandemic has forced us to spend more time with ourselves, Contemplation and reflection are important practices in life. Sometimes you will need to take the time to just breathe. Finally, life throws us curveballs all the time. The pandemic, however, wasn't like any curveball that you faced in your lifetime. But you know what? You knocked it out of the park. You kicked butt, you adapted, you worked hard, and here you are today. Mounties are resilient. On behalf of the Mansfield University community, we are very proud of you. Congratulations to the class of 2021 and the class of 2020. I will now introduce the rest of the platform party. I ask that you please hold your applause until all members of the platform party have been introduced. Dr. Scott Davis, Herald and Professor, Department of Natural Sciences. Dr. John Ulrich, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Kathy Wright, Associate Provost and Dean, College of Natural and Social Sciences, Class of 1982. Dr. Joshua Batten, Interim Vice President of Administration, Dean, College of Arts and Humanities. Mr. Anthony Mastriani, President, Student Government Association, Class of 2021. Mr. Brian Lane, President of Alumni Board, Class of 1988. Ms. Cheryl Filson, Minister. Ms. Bobby Kilmer, Trustee, Chairperson. Ms. Sarah Hart, Student Trustee. Ms. Susan Keffover, Trustee. Mr. Patrick Henderson, Trustee. Mr. Bruce Vickery, Trustee. Dr. Nana Bar-Ye, Keynote Speaker, Epidemiologist, Class of 2012. Dr. Charles Patterson, President. Platform party, please be seated. Now I'd like to introduce the President of Mansfield University, Dr. Charles Patterson. Dr. Patterson was named the 28th President of Mansfield University in March of 2019 by the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education Board of Governors. He took office on July 1st, 2019. Prior to being named President at Mansfield, Dr. Patterson served as the U.S. Department of Education in Washington, D.C., and as President, Vice President, and Dean within the University System of Georgia. President Patterson and First Lady Colleen Patterson have been a strong and consistent presence on the Mansfield University campus since their arrival. Please join me in welcoming President Patterson.
Thank you, Dr. Rothmel. Good morning, graduates, and welcome to what is perhaps one of the most unusual commencement exercises you will experience. I'd like to give thanks to our administration, to our faculty, our staff, our students that are in attendance that perhaps aren't graduates but are assisting with our ceremony, our administration, our trustees who are here with us on the stage today, and of course, First Lady Colleen Patterson here in attendance with us as well. This commencement may not have all the pomp, the circumstance that graduates of the past have enjoyed, but please know that this graduation is uniquely yours, and it is your time to celebrate, and it is the time that you have accomplished, and to celebrate what you have accomplished at Mansfield University. As well, and let's not forget this, the adversity that you have overcome. Life is hard, even without a pandemic, but you have proven your resilience by getting to this point, despite the disruptions you face in the last year. Randy Posh, who was a professor and co-author of the book The Last Lecture, stated this: "Experience is what you get when you didn't get what you wanted, and experience is often the most valuable thing that you have to offer. Take what you have learned from this challenging and disruptive experience through the pandemic and combine this with your knowledge gained through the attainment of your degree, and apply this to your life as you move forward." On this special day, I extend my congratulations to each of you on your academic success. I would like to pay special tribute to our faculty who are in attendance today and very socially distanced behind you. seated in the bleachers. They're all waving to you. The faculty are collectively the heart and soul of this university and who individually mentor our graduates. Each graduate will have his or her own experience, their own story about a professor whose inspiration and interest influenced the student's success, not only in college, but in ways that will be appreciated even more as the future unfolds. Caring faculty, committed to the success of students, are a hallmark of Mansfield University. To recognize our emeritus faculty, please welcome our Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. John Ulrich.
Thank you. Each member of the faculty who retires with 15 or more years of service may be considered for emeritus status. Emeritus status signifies that the quality of the faculty member's service to the university has been deemed worthy of special recognition by the university's tenured faculty, the administration, the Council of Trustees. We are pleased to honor the following faculty members who have recently been named faculty emeriti. Dr. John Mansfield, faculty member of the Social Work Program and president of the local chapter of APSCUF, granted emeritus status posthumously on September 30th, 2020. Dr. David Solon, faculty member of the Business Program, granted emeritus status on November 18th, 2020. Mr. Abe Goads, faculty member of the Business Department, granted emeritus status on May 29th, 2019. Dr. Howard Azeri, faculty member of the Mathematics Program, granted emeritus status on November 20th, 2019. Dr. Bonnie Cutbay, faculty member of the Art Program, granted emeritus status on November 20th, 2019. Dr. Clarence Leinhard, faculty member of the Mathematics Program, granted emeritus status on November 20th, 2019. And Dr. Martha Whitehouse, faculty member of the Art Program, granted emeritus status on November 20th, 2019. Please join me in acknowledging the faculty's achievements with a round of applause.
At this time, please join me in welcoming Mr. Brian Lane, class of 1988, and president of the Alumni Board, for a special greeting from the Alumni Association.
Thank you, Dr. Patterson. Wow, this is a pretty interesting alumni weekend, graduation weekend, and I'm glad to be here. So I'd like to welcome my future, very soon future, alumnus. Welcome to all of you. My orientation class was in 1983. Now, I went on a circuitous route to get to this college. I had applied to the big state college, and that's when I learned that they were going to send me to a branch campus for a couple of years. That's the way the communication program worked. When I got to the branch campus, I found out that all they had was boarding houses, and I didn't want that kind of college experience. So I withdrew, and I'd already applied to Mansfield as well, but it was getting into September, and I couldn't attend. So I came to orientation in the middle of January. And when we came to orientation, you may have experienced this as well, they do this statistic to you. They say, look to your left and look to your right. Only one of the three of you is going to be here in 4 years. And I remember at the time thinking, wow, I really feel sorry for these two because I'm sure I'm going to be here. And I had no reason to be that arrogant because I hadn't gotten financial aid yet. And I skipped a whole bunch of orientation to find out on Monday morning when I moved in they weren't going to let me register. So, yes, I had a friend that was on the orientation staff, and she helped me through it, and she mentored me for the first week and made sure that I stayed on the straight, or I wouldn't be talking to you today. That being said, here I am. I'm the president of the Mansfield University Alumni Association, all these years later. So there was about 40 of us there. And I remember thinking at the time, wow, that statistic just seems really harsh. Doesn't that seem like a harsh thing to you? But it's the truth. I looked it up just before I did this speech. About 35% of people graduate in 4 years. But there's a trick to this statistic because about 58% graduate within 6 years. So people that do attend college, yes, in 4 years, a lot of them weren't here. And I have several friends that never graduated from the college, even after being here 3 years. So you now have skills that 2/3 of the public don't have Think of it that way. You are special. If you go on to get a master's degree, you'll be about 1 in 10 of Americans. If you go on to get a doctorate, you'll be about 1 in 33 of Americans. But right now, you already have more skills than 2/3 of Americans, and I think that deserves a round of applause. Now for your sobering employment statistics. Statistics say you're going to work for 17 employers in your lifetime. That's really changed since my dad, who had 3 if you include the Navy. A small percentage of you will do the same job, even with different employers, their entire lifetime, but most of you won't. But just remember that you took classes based on curiosity and on information that you knew little or nothing about, and you passed them. Most of you will be asked to do something like this your entire life, but you have this. You have your state of Pennsylvania approved Mansfield University diploma. This says you can succeed and do well no matter where life takes you. You already have. By the way, I graduated in 5 years, have worked full-time for 13 employers, part-time for another 4, was self-employed 4 times, and I've lived in 7 states. I now live happily about 13 hours south of here, and I don't plan on retiring until I have to because I'm passionate about what I do. My other passion is being the 2-year president of the Mansfield University Alumni Association and telling that to you. Welcome, Mansfield University alumni. I hope to see you all in the future get-togethers. We'll talk and reminisce. I'm staying at Alumni House if you want to do it after the ceremony. Thank you, and thank you to my mentor on this campus who's no longer with us, Miss Garrity. Thank you very much.
At this time, please join me in welcoming our Student Government Association President, Anthony Mastriani.
Good morning, Mansfield graduates. Honestly, I'm just happy to see your faces in person and not behind a computer screen. Whether we wanted it or not, virtual classes have been nothing less than stressful, frustrating, and draining. We've had to exist in this virtual environment for over a year now, and things like burnout and mental health issues have been on the rise this year. Despite all of these challenges, we're still here right now on this field, walking across this stage. Of course, socially distant, but we're here. Now you're on the next step in your life, whether that be graduate school or frantically looking for a job on Indeed. Whatever path you take now, just know that if you made it through 4 years of college, especially these last 2 semesters, then you can succeed no matter where life takes you. Now, I want to get a little serious and emotional for a second, which I know is very predictable, but I just want to say that these past 4 years have been a crazy experience for me, as I'm sure it has been for all of you as well. The memories, friends, and connections I've made here are things that I will never forget. And if I've had the pleasure of being your friend here in these past 4 years, just know that each and every one of you has made an impact on my life, and I'm sad to see you go. We have had the time of our lives here at Mansfield, and I will not forget the faces I leave behind. You will all go off and do great things, but do not forget the friends that you have made here. I don't know if the wave of realization has hit you all yet, but as I am on this field and standing up here on the stage, I cannot help but feel sentimental. I knew this moment was coming since I came here, but oddly enough, I never thought it would come true. Take everything you have learned here and go make the world a better place. No matter what happens to Mansfield in the next few years with integration, we will always be Mounties, and that is something that will never be taken from us. We are the next generation of professionals and experts, so go out into the world and show them what it means to be Mountie strong. Go Mounties.
It's my pleasure to provide an introduction of our keynote speaker, Dr. Nana Barrier. She's a Mansfield University 2012 graduate with a Bachelor's of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics, a Master's in Human Nutrition from Texas State University, and recently received her PhD in Public Health Education. She currently serves as a public health epidemiologist for the U.S. COVID-19 response, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to our graduate, our alumnus, Dr. Nana Barrier.
Good morning, MU. I'd like to thank the Council of Trustees, our President, Dr. Patterson, the faculty, for nominating me as the commencement speaker for today. I stand here humbled and honored to congratulate the class of 2021 and the families represented here. You made it. You ran a hard race, one that has not been seen before. But despite the setbacks and the irregularities of the times, you pushed through, and your hard work has paid off. Today is a day of celebration for each one of you. Today we raise our voices in unison and we say congratulations, a job well done to the class of 2021. See, when I first got the invitation to speak, I asked myself, what can I share and say that would be useful for everyone here? So I thought back to the state of mind I was in when I sat here a few years back and decided to focus my message on that. See, as you sit here today, you may be hearing the words, congratulations, and it might not be resonating with you. You may not be feeling like a winner, considering the uncertainty ahead. See, some of you may be worried about how to go through today without your loved one here. You may be having questions as, will I get a job after this? Where will it be? What would I be doing? Am I going back to the same living situation again? How will I pay for my student loans? Will I hear positive news from the graduate school I applied to? Will I meet someone nice to marry? See, these are all legitimate questions and anxieties. And I know this firsthand because these were the exact questions I had when I sat here May 12, 2012. See, life is not straightforward, and it's full of uncertainties and pushbacks. However, these uncertainties and pushbacks are opportunities for us to build character and to work towards the life we want, to ultimately actualize our dreams. So do not let them stall you. I'll share with you 3 principles that I've relied on to go through this life and address some of these anxieties that I've also had. The first principle is, do something rather than nothing, even if the outcome or your actual success rate is uncertain. The second principle is, do not let the pushbacks, the stumbling blocks on the way, stop you from achieving your goal. And lastly, principle 3, speak out what success looks like to you and let the universe and yourself hear it out loud. Now, I do not have any extraordinary insights beyond what the greats and those ahead of me have shared about these principles. But what I have is my own life stories and how I've applied these principles. So today, my hope is that as I share these stories, that you'll be encouraged, that you'll be fired up, and as you move on in life to address your own uncertainties and pushbacks. So principle 1, do something rather than nothing, even if the outcome or the success rate is uncertain. Now picture this, Sicily, 1912. It's a Golden Girls reference, just joking. But it's November 2020, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. I'm towards the end of my dissertation, and I've been growing anxious. First, I'd lost my mom the year before, and she was my cheerleader. My son, who's now 19 months, did not get to meet her. Secondly, I applied for many jobs and gotten about 3 interviews, one of which I actually went to the second round, but did not get an offer. So a few weeks before my dissertation, I applied again for jobs, and I scored an interview. It was for a public health epidemiology role with a global health company. So I decided to do something. Now, I knew that I had to set myself apart from the other candidates. So I decided to invite my future employers to my dissertation defense. Now, I know what you're thinking. What? It's a risky move. I could either impress them or they could lose interest in me before the interview. But my intent there was to remove the guesswork for them. I wanted to illustrate in a high-pressure environment what they'll be getting from me if they hired me in real time. You may ask, the outcome? I think it worked, because a few weeks later, I was hired. And so today, as you sit here, I turn this back to you. Are you worried about getting a job or getting into grad school? It's okay to have these anxieties about the uncertain future, but do not stop there in that state. Do something rather than nothing, even if the outcome is uncertain. And see, that's something maybe as small as adding a contact on LinkedIn, or as big as putting your picture and qualifications on a billboard on the road near the desired employer. True story, by the way, for another time. But at least you have a 50% chance of being successful rather than a 0% chance. Principle 2, do not let the pushbacks, the stumbling blocks on the way, stop you from achieving your goal, but let them propel you to a successful end. Now, you've probably heard variants of this saying, life is not a destination, but a journey. It is a process. I say life's goals, life's trials, life's pushbacks, life's stumbling blocks are there to help you grow, to propel you, to build character, and to guide you to the pathway you should be. So do not be afraid. Do not let them stop you from your goal. Use them as avenues, as tools to get to where success looks like for you. So when one door opens, when one door closes, what it simply means is to look for another door. Now, I'll try not to bore you with all my life setbacks and pushbacks, but I'll share with you how I got to attend our grade school, Mansfield University of Pennsylvania. Now, I was an international student from Ghana, West Africa. I'd come to the United States in 2004 to be a doctor. Now, those of you with African parents, you know that there are only 3 careers in this world. You're either a lawyer, you're a doctor, or an engineer. So I started my journey at a community college in California. Now, after I broke the glass tubes called burettes and graduated cylinders in my Gen Chem class, I believe I proved to my parents that I was not perhaps made to be a medical doctor or to major in biological science. So I moved in with my uncle in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, to study nursing at another community college there. And there, I excelled in the theoretical aspect of classes, but failed miserably in clinicals. Now, this was during my second year. And for those of you with a nursing background or are nurses here, you know that when you go through the pinning ceremony, you can see the light ahead. You're almost done. And so I was crushed, and I had lost confidence. It was then December 2009. I had about 10 days to return to Ghana per the immigration law, or find another school. See, also by this time, my friends who had stayed in Ghana and gone to school there had graduated with their bachelor's degrees. And for some, wedding invitations were already pouring in. But see, I was determined to make it and not return home empty-handed. But most importantly, I was afraid of the town talk that, hey, Nana had gone to America for 5 years and had returned back as nothing, not as a lawyer, not as a doctor, not as an engineer. So I Googled nursing school in Pennsylvania. Miraculously for me that day, Mansfield University of Pennsylvania popped up, and I applied. So during orientation week, I came across another student at the library, and she was reading a nutrition textbook. Little shy me, bold step, I walked up to her, started a conversation. And that led me to set up an appointment with Dr. Kathy Wright. She was then the Nutrition Science Department chair. So after learning that my community college credits could transfer and the different avenues that a career in nutrition could take me, I transferred to the nutrition program. And there, with the help of wonderful professors like Professor Clark, I successfully earned a Bachelor of Science in Nutrition. Now, years later, I'm interviewing for the epidemiology position. I was able to illustrate to my interviewers my understanding of the pathophysiology of COVID-19, and this was useful for the role. So in the end, the knowledge that I gained way back in my failed attempt to be a nurse was useful. So today, I say to you, do not let the pushbacks, the stumbling blocks, or the detours, because they will happen on the way, stop you from achieving your goal, but let them propel you to a successful end. My last principle, speak out what success looks like to you, and let the universe and yourself hear it out loud. See, I've come to realize that words, they are very important. It's almost as if they carry life and are self-fulfilling. I want to move our attention to movies. You know, movie depictions, right? Or battle depictions in movies. Right before they engage in the war or the battle, what does the army commander do? He speaks out loud about the purpose for the battle and what the outcome is going to be. Now, for those of you who are fans of The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, right before the war, Aragorn gives a battle speech at the Black Gate. And what does he say? He says, "Hold your ground, hold your ground, sons of Gondor, of Rohan, my brothers. See, I see in your eyes the fear that would take the heart of me. A day will come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields, when the age of men comes crushing down. But it is not this day. See, this day we fight by all that we hold dear on this good earth. I bid you, men of the West, stand." I don't know about you, but just putting myself in that situation, I feel almost gingered up, you know, that today is not a day of failure. Today is a day that I fight for everything that I hold dear. And so, class of 2021, you have indeed already fought a good fight to be here. Congratulations. Well done. And as life's anxieties creep up on you, remember, do something rather than nothing, even if the outcome or the success rate is uncertain. Do not let the pushbacks, the stumbling blocks on the way, stop you from achieving your goal. Lastly, speak out what success looks like to you, and let the universe and yourself hear it loud. Thank you so much. Good luck, graduates, class of 2021. And remember, once a Mountie, always a Mountie. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Barrier, for those very inspiring words. In recognition of our students' achievements, I would like to highlight two significant recognitions and awards of the university. First, the Ali Zidi Award for Academic Excellence is conferred upon a graduating senior from one of the state system universities. This award was founded by Dr. Syed Ali Zidi, a charter member of the Board of Governors. Finalists for the 2020 Ali Zidi Award for Academic Excellence are recommended to the Board of Governors by the university's president at the conclusion of a campus application process and the selection that is open to all graduating seniors. Mansfield University's finalist for the 2020 Ali Zidi Award is Caitlin Bodie. She will be in attendance at our 1 o'clock ceremony. Caitlin is a phenomenal student athlete in field hockey and a soon-to-be graduate earning her Bachelor's of Science degree in biology with a concentration in cellular and molecular biology. Please join me in congratulating Caitlin Bodie on her recognition. Second, the Outstanding Senior Award is for seniors whose activities and accomplishments have brought recognition to themselves and to Mansfield University. Nominees for our Outstanding Senior Award are selected because they have provided exemplary leadership and service to Mansfield University and to the surrounding region, while also excelling academically during their time at Mansfield. The Outstanding Senior is selected by the Awards Selection Committee of the university. The Outstanding Senior is only known by a handful of individuals at this time, and due to the unique nature of having two separate ceremonies, our Outstanding Senior will be recognized during our 1 o'clock ceremony. At this time, I'd like to introduce Joshua Batten, our Interim Vice President for Administration and Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities.
Good morning. Will the candidates for all associate's degrees please rise? Mr. President, it is a pleasure and privilege to present to you the candidates who have successfully completed all of the requirements for their degrees and have been recommended by the Mansfield University faculty. Please give him a round of applause. Will the candidates please be seated? Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees please rise? Mr. President, it is a pleasure and privilege to present to you the candidates who have successfully completed all of the requirements for their degrees and have been recommended by the Mansfield University faculty. Please give them another round of applause. Will the candidates please be seated? Will the candidates for all master's degrees please rise? Mr. President, I now present the candidates for the master's degree. The candidates before you have met the requirements for the degree and have been recommended by the Mansfield University faculty. The candidates will now be hooded by their guests. Will the candidates please be seated?
Will all candidates please come forward at the direction of the marshals?
Caitlin E. Cron, cum laude. Dominique M. Woodruff. Samantha L. Harrington. Celeste D. Briggs, magna cum laude. Jeremy E. Jackson. Jamie P. Leonard, cum laude. Kirsten M. Gist. Brooke E. Burnside. Ashley R. Burnside, cum laude. Alexander H. Hine, cum laude. Samuel G. Garrison. Samuel's diploma is being presented by his mother, Frances Garrison. Garrett W. Brown, associate degree with honors. David G. Plouse. Thomas J. McCutcheon. John P. Toby, magna cum laude. John is a second-generation graduate with his dad, John Toby, 1971, graduating before him. Anthony N. Mastriani, magna cum laude. Marissa L. Garris, cum laude. Emily A. Galley. Brandy Goss, cum laude. Lilia N. Lopez, cum laude. Danielle E. Smith. Joshua S. Westcott, cum laude. Cameron D. Capolo. Morgan F. Bishop, cum laude. Emily N. Little. Kathleen L. Caruso. Bryce C. Steiner. Stephanie S. Sheets. Emily A. Penrod. Abigail M. Welch, magna cum laude. Abigail is a third-generation graduate with her mother, Gabrielle Cesare, 1991 and 1994, and grandmother, Arlene Welch, 1989, graduating before her. Abigail's diploma is being presented by her father, Jim Welch. Tierney R. Bellinger, cum laude. Noel C. Humphreys. Lindsay M. Payne. Hunter A. DePrimo. Lauren R. Hollenbeck. Lauren is a second-generation graduate with her mother, Colleen Dwyer, 1992, graduating before her. Mackenzie A. King, magna cum laude. Angela M. Smith, cum laude. Derek J. Herbst. Derek's diploma is being presented by his mother, Sarah Herbst. Devin M. Harkenreiter. Richard D. Benton. Patrick J. Wood. Patrick is a second-generation graduate with his father, Jerry Wood, 1978, graduating before him. Owen Newcomb Ulrich. Samantha E. Packard, cum laude. Savannah E. Packard, cum laude. Savannah is a second-generation graduate with her mother, Lisa Zamarsley, 1991, graduating before her. Nicholas G. Werner. Taylor M. Zamansky, cum laude. Rachel E. Fisher, magna cum laude. Rebecca Roca. Rebecca is a second-generation graduate with her mother, Elizabeth Brown Roca, 1989, graduating before her. Sean M. Swat. Amy N. Boris. Andrea L. Neely, cum laude. Hannah E. Breitigan. Brianna E. Cecilia, cum laude. Eleni A. Gebbia. Daniel G. Mayer, magna cum laude. Jamie L. Madlock, summa cum laude. Benjamin D. Eisenhower. Paul D. Solomon. Dylan J. Mack. Adam D. Shumgart, magna cum laude. Parker J. Neal, magna cum laude. Hunter J. Witters. Hunter L. Sackett. Colby A. Schimmel. Reed L. Messmore, cum laude. Benjamin R. McFerrin, magna cum laude. Bailey E. Miller, magna cum laude. Valentina L. Salas. Deshae N. Jones, cum laude. Deshae is a second-generation graduate with her parents, Lori Walker Jones, 1994, and Kareem Jones, 1994, graduating before her. Devin L. Jones, magna cum laude. Devin is a second-generation graduate with her parents, Lori Walker Jones, 1994, and Kareem Jones, 1994, graduating before her. Marcus A. Frazier. Calla R. Borden. Kelly E. Brittingham, magna cum laude. Abigail R. Ramage, summa cum laude. Rachel J. Buscarin, receiving special recognition for her military service to our country, Private First Class, Marine Corps Reserves. Charles L. Pikus, magna cum laude. Sabrina R. Stevens, summa cum laude. Connor T. Lawson, cum laude. Leah C. McCarthy, cum laude. Marissa B. Fagnoli Peterson, summa cum laude. Kashif T. Spratley. Richard M. West. Megan Wolf, magna cum laude. Ona N. Sutton, magna cum laude. Michaela Krasevsky, magna cum laude. Rachel A. Gardner. Michael D. DeShield. Kelicia O. Parks. Hunter B. Cass, magna cum laude. Hunter is a third-generation graduate with his parents Mark, 1996, and Lori, 1994, 1996, 2003, and grandfather Burton, 1965, graduating before him. His mother, Lori Cass, will be presenting his diploma case. Ellie A. Motichka. Thomas W. Morrison. Adam R. Price, cum laude. Michael G. Farabee. Raymond C. Nobles, cum laude. Ryan M. Ritter. Mark D. Felt. Karina D. Kranak, magna cum laude. Amelia L. Lieberknecht. Amelia is a second-generation graduate with her mother, Karen Clayhold, 1987, graduating before her. Jonah W. Brandt, magna cum laude. Kelly M. Camage, magna cum laude. Dawn M. Arredondo. Dawn is a second-generation graduate with her mother, Debbie Bowen, 1996, graduating before her. Philip M. Dixon. Shannon Sanfee. Samuel C. Finch, summa cum laude. Natasha O. Kamzelski, cum laude. Austin W. Yerger. Ty C. Regan, cum laude.
Mr. President, it is a pleasure and privilege to present to you the candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements for their degrees and have been recommended by the Mansfield University faculty. I recommend them to you for the conferral of their degrees. Will the candidates for all degrees please rise?
Remain standing. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Board of Governors of the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education, and Mansfield University Council of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree appropriate to your qualifications with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Graduates, it is now your privilege to move the tassel on your mortarboard from the right side to the left side to signify your status as a graduate of Mansfield University. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Mansfield University class of 2021 and 2020. Thank you.
All right, please rise for the singing of our alma mater.
Old Mansfield, high upon the eastern hill, dear Mansfield, hail to thee. Our loyal sons and daughters with a will salute in melody. We bring a and pledge our love through all the days. Our alma mater, dear, all hail to thee. Dear Mansfield, hail to thee.
We ask that all guests remain in their seats. Our marshals will guide you to their exits, starting from the back row. You will exit from the stadium from both the left and right side. We request that all graduates and guests please follow the lead of our marshals and exit in orderly fashion, maintaining social distancing. Thank you for joining us for today's ceremony. Congratulations, graduates.